Hello and welcome to another training. In this training we will talk about attributes in Magento. And an attribute can be seen as a property of something. In this case we will talk about product attributes, meaning product properties. And if we navigate to Stores, Attributes, Product, we will here see a list of all the available attributes that we have in the system. To create a new attribute, we have to click the Add New Attribute button, or we can also do this on the fly when we are creating a new product. So if I go here and I start creating a new product, and I see here that I'm missing a property, an attribute that I want to include in my product, I can expand this Add Attribute label and then either add an existing attribute to this template or add a new attribute. Usually I prefer to first, in a piece of paper, write down all of the attributes that I want to have on my products before I start creating my products. Then I would go to Stores, Attributes, Product, and then define all of my product attributes. The next step, after that we have created our attributes, which I will cover in another video tutorial, is to go to Stores, Attributes, Product Template. And here we need to go to one of our existing product templates and then include the attribute that we have just created and drag it to one of these groups. But more on this in another tutorial. And the reason why we need to do this is because when we go to Products Catalog to create a new product, we need to specify which product template we want to use in order to create our product. But back to the basic. What is an attribute and how can we use attributes to show the information that we want to our customers? Well, if we take an example here, we have this iMac computer on Apple. Apple is not one of our customers yet, but as we can see here, we have, for example, the price, that's an attribute. We have the processor, we have the memory, and here we have 8 gigabytes of RAM. We have the storage hard drive, we have some graphics, and then we have a couple of ports here and so on. If we take another retail example, for example Fjällräven, this is one of our customers and yes, they are using Magento. Here we see that we have a sleeping bag and this is an attribute. We have the article number or the SKU. The product name is also another attribute. The product description, even the color, the size. If we go here to expand this section, we see even more attributes. Again, we have the SKU, we have the gender, we have the weight, we have the filling, we have the activity for the sleeping bag, we have a couple of temperatures limits here, we have the max user length of this sleeping bag, and so on. We even have some washing instructions. For example, this is for this sleeping bag should only be washed in 40 degrees. I don't actually know what this means, but I guess this means that you should not iron this sleeping bag. So attributes are used to present product information about the product, about its properties on the product pages. But it can also be used on the category pages. For example, if I go to equipment, then we see that we have a filter navigation up here. If I go to equipment and then back to sleeping bags, we see now that I have another set of attributes in my filter navigation, or as Magento likes to call it, the layered navigation. So again, if I want to only filter on woman sleeping bags, I can use my attributes that I have entered in the system. So here we see that we're only seeing woman sleeping bags. And I also want to see, well, right now I only have blue sleeping bags that matches this gender. But let's change this to unisex instead. And I want to see green sleeping bags, and I want to see red sleeping bags. So this is the other function with attributes that you can use to display products or to sort or filter products in the category description. Of course, you can use attributes to many more things, for example, to create specific promotions, specific campaign rules, depending on product attributes, but that is also for another tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will go through the different settings of an attribute. So when we have created a new attribute up here, or if we want to edit the settings of an existing attribute, these are the sections that we will cover in that training. So stay tuned and see you later. Bye bye.